Hello, Schulering Hub, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Talking Hospitality. Today we'll be hanging out with Juliana Hahn, a hospitality copywriter who will be kindly sharing her experience and tips to better connect with customers through copywriting. Welcome, Juliana.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm excited to be part of your podcast. And thanks for having me. I'm excited for your questions.
It's our pleasure, Juliana. It's our pleasure. So humans come first, before business in the Schulering community. So Juliana, what's your story, please? How did you get where you are now?
Well, I originally studied hospitality management because for me, working in hotels was like the ideal job. I saw myself as being able to live and work in really cool places and get to experience all kinds of new awesome destinations. So I really wanted to work in international hotels, which I did for a few years after finishing my studies. But then I wanted to get into something a bit more flexible and creative. And that's how I, after some searching, discovered copywriting. And I actually got to work first with a PR agency in Thailand. There we represented clients from just like all the different backgrounds and industries you can imagine. And I enjoyed that, and it was great to learn, but I really missed hospitality. So I eventually struck out as an independent copywriter and decided to focus solely on hospitality. So at the beginning, that included a lot of hotels, resorts, and boutique cruise companies. And after a while, it shifted a bit more towards the hospitality tech side. And that's what I'm doing now. I create content for mainly hotel tech companies and also some of my own content to help hoteliers learn a bit more about copywriting and how to use that to better engage with their website visitors.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's actually insider, because I think that the hospitality communities are really a close grip. Yeah, like we like to trust other people inside the hospitality. So the insiders, it's awesome. Thank you. Why would anyone need a copywriter? When are your services needed?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different scenarios where you might want to hire a copywriter. So the most obvious or the most apparent, I think, is for your website. So if you are maybe redesigning your hotel website, or maybe you're just editing parts of it, you can hire a website designer, obviously, to redo the whole layout, the whole look and feel. But if you want to have a professionally written website, then I think a copywriter is really a good choice, rather than handling all of that yourself, burdening yourself with all of the time and research it takes to write that copy. There, I think a copywriter can really help. But also for smaller projects, like if you have a blog on your hotel website, for example, and you want to write an article every week, every 2 weeks, every month, for example, it's easier to hire someone to do that than to handle all of that yourself. If you've ever tried to do that yourself and found yourself short of time, you probably know what I'm talking about. But then also for other materials like press releases, for example, or for social media, there's actually copywriters who specialize in social media. So there's really anything written, a copywriter can help you. Even emails, for example, if you want to write like an automated welcome sequence for your guests, for example, or like a sequence you send to guests after they've checked out, all of that can be done by a copywriter.
Yeah, that's great. And you said about now the sequence of message. I believe that that would be the messaging that us hotels would be connecting with our customers, and that a copywriter could help to do that better maybe than what we do. That's a little bit about ourselves. So how that include that the message get to actually connect to the guests? What a copywriter can help us there?
That's a great question, because like you said, if you write an email to your guests, for example, after they've made a booking, then that's great, because you remind them of the booking, you remind them that, your holiday or maybe your business trip is going to start soon. That's great. But you can also really use that message to connect beyond this reminder, right? And for that, a copywriter can be useful because they can help you really find your voice. Like, how do you as a hotel want to communicate so that you sound a bit different from the competition, because if everyone sounds the same, then it'll be very hard for you to create like a memorable experience in your guests' minds. So a copywriter can really help you create this unique voice in your writing, be that on your website, your social media, or your emails, and to create a very consistent feel as well, so that every email doesn't, not that it sounds the same, but that they can tell, okay, this is written by the same brand, it's following the same style, so that they can learn to rely on your brand and know what to expect from it. And if you work well with a copywriter and communicate your brand style and how you want to be perceived by guests, then your copywriter can really help you put these thoughts and feelings that you want to create with your messages into the words that you're sending out to your clients.
Schulering Hub, did you hear that? I heard find your voice and consistency. Yeah, I love those two. Yeah, like I know that you spoke about the feelings, but find your voice and consistency. I try to write these emails and I know how hard it is. Actually, that's why I asked. I know how hard it is to actually find our own voice as a business. So I took note of those 2 points, and I hope that you, Schulering Hub, are also taking notes. That's awesome. Thanks, Juliana. Now, hospitality is going through a pivotal moment. Yeah? The industry is changing really fast. The world is changing really fast. Yeah? What's the one thing you believe that is still missing for hospitality copywriting, for the matter? What is missing out there?
That's a question that you could actually discuss at length, I think, because it really depends who you look at, right? There's some brands that do it very, very well. They have, you can tell that either they're working with a great agency or just a great copywriter themselves, who really understands the brand and is able to convey this style that they want to portray, right? And do so not just on the website, but like everywhere. And that's what's so important. Again, we're back to this point of consistency, that you have the same or similar style on all your different communication channels. And I think while some brands are already doing a fantastic job at that, others are still really lagging behind. So I think that I'm not sure why that is. Sometimes I think it's because there's a lack of awareness. We think, oh, the website has to look beautiful and we need great photos for our website and our social media, but we don't pay enough attention to the words that accompany these images or this great design. And having the best design and the fanciest new gimmicks on your website isn't going to help you if the words don't fit with it, right? I'm not saying that the words are the most important, but everything needs to help each other, right? Everything works together. So just as we know how important teamwork is in operations, we also need teamwork on our website with among your design, your pictures, your links, your text, like all of that needs to really go together. And I think there's still a bit of a lack of awareness there for certain brands. And what I always find is very interesting is that it's often not the big brands that do the best job. You often have these kind of smaller niche brands that do this very, very well. So yeah, if you're looking for inspiration, I really recommend looking at some of these smaller brands. Like one that comes to mind right now is the 25 Hours. They do a fantastic job. They have this quirky style, and they just do a really, really great work with their writing, with their images, like all of that, how it goes together. I think that could help to have a look at that.
24 Hours, did you say, is the name of the company?
25 Hours.
25 Hours.
Yeah.
Apologies, 25 Hours. But that's great, like lack of awareness. Yes, yeah, that's what we hope to achieve with talking a little bit more and raising the bar of hospitality. But thank you. Yeah, I think that lack of awareness is around the hospitality a lot, and amazing there. Now let's do a little exercise, okay? Let's have a back to the future moment right now, Juliana. So Dr. Emmett Brown has sent you and Marty, because we need a driver, to 2032, 10 years ahead. Yeah, you need a place to stay over there. How will hospitality look like then? What's your vision for the future of our industry?
I like this one. A lot of things come to mind. I think The challenge of finding staff that we have now, I think that'll persist at least for a while and push a lot of hotels to rethink how they handle operations, how they handle certain tasks, and even how they provide certain services. So I think we'll see a lot more automation where today we still see people doing certain jobs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll become less personable, right? I think there will be more chances for tech to take on like these boring tasks that no one really enjoys doing, but you just have to get them done now.
Just have the people there.
I think, right? Sorry?
We just have the people there now, but
yeah, exactly. But there will be solutions to help free up our staff from that, so that they can actually spend more time with guests, so that instead of spending 10 minutes at checkout discussing your credit card payment and your registration form and things like that, that you actually have time to have a proper conversation with your receptionist, for example, about cool activities to do, or like places they enjoy, maybe that they can recommend. So I'm thinking and hoping that there will be more of that in the future, and that would make working in hotels more fun again as well, and to attract some new people to our industry. So that's kind of my hope and future outlook.
Just a point here, you said make fun again to work in a hotel. Do you think that there was a little like a mechanical change in the industry that maybe turn the job less attractive lately?
I'm not sure about lately, but from my time, for example, at reception or in F&B, there was a lot of like this kind of grunt work and working on the computer, typing in, like, for example, your registration forms, or like this job that doesn't really add value for anyone, right? Like the guest doesn't need that for them to enjoy their stay. So if we would have more time to just spend time with guests, chatting with them, finding out what do they like, how can we make their stay more fun, what can we do to not be in a hurry when we provide services, right? Like I experienced that sometimes in my time in hotels, that I would have loved to spend more time chatting with guests that enjoyed that, but I didn't have the time because I had to get back to another task that I needed to complete, right? So if I think if we take a bit of that stress and that rush out of it, then I think there could be room to increase the fun element.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Yes.
Have more time to be talking to guests. I think that everyone that's in love with hospitality join hospitality because of the human side, isn't it? Because we like to serve, we like to please people when we end up not having time to do what we love the most. How great that would be. Thank you, Juliana. Thank you for inputting. Where can anyone find you? Where hoteliers can find you? I heard you saying that you also work with tech providers, so you do copywriting for tech providers. So where they can find you, how they can contact you?
Yeah, there's a few different ways actually. You can find me for one thing on LinkedIn. You just type in my name, Juliana Hahn. There you can find my regular updates. I share posts every once in a while with tips on storytelling and copywriting for hotels. I also share when I get to be a guest on a podcast, like now, for example. And just follow me there. Or you can also check out my website, of course. It's hospitality-copywriting.com. And there you'll also find new blog posts every so often. You'll find different content that I've shared already. And of course, you'll get the newest updates on any new things I'm launching, publishing, sharing, whatever. So feel free to check that out.
That's awesome, Juliana. It's awesome, and Schulering Hub, I will be putting her links in on the comments, okay? So you can finally easily. And thank you once again, Juliana. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Once again, I do follow you on LinkedIn. I love your content. So
thank you so much.
I appreciate your time, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye, Schulering. Thank you very, very much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.